it's that time of year again. We're processing a lot of meat. Right now I've got a cow going and a couple deer and a couple different guys that I'm doing jerky for, and there's always questions, so I want to cover a few little things. And the first thing is, it's cold outside, so we want to make sure we have quality cold weather gear to put on, stay warm. Let me just do that real quick because it's like 20 degrees outside right now. It's cold enough that my cup, which is normally white, has turned green. Also want to wear a hat to keep any of your hair and whatnot out of the food you're prepping. Okay, I got a little cow right there. That's what I was working on right now. I'm inside working on my processing a cow, which is much like a deer, just bigger. And while I'm doing that cow, I started some jerky, and this is what I want to talk about. This has been on there for about 3 hours. Here I got a flashlight. You can see it a little better. LED flashlight from American Electric. Come see me, buy one. And pellet smoker, set it as low as it'll go. Mine goes to 150 degrees. So I'm just letting her run at 150, and I just check it. You can check just by touch the consistency of it. And right now it's been on long enough. I've flipped it one time, but I kind of want to show you one thing that really has helped me speed things up. When I run my jerky out with my jerky gun, I keep my jerky close together. Check this out. See that? See that? So when I go to flip it, it's literally in one big sheet. By keeping it close together, I can flip it and it's good to go. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because that's done. Let that run. But you can literally just pull it apart out of the sheet. It's going to go in a bag. I always let it cool down before you put it in a bag. If you put it in a bag and seal it while it's hot, you'll get condensation in the bag and your jerky will get mold on it. Even though it's cured and set, you want to let it cool down before you bag it and whatnot to keep that condensation out. And you can literally, at this point in time, take scissors to it. You can break it. You can do whatever you want to it to get it to the size that you want. There you go, Carson. You can eat one of those while you film. Good stuff. This right here is a deer that my buddy John shot. We've just got jerky mixed up in bags. We mix 15 pounds at a time. You can do as little as you want or as much, but one of these, this High Mountain jerky cure, you can get it a lot of places. I go to Jackson Meats and see Drew. He's got a lot of different flavors, but this is the best stuff. I've tried a lot of different things. High Mountain is what you want to use. And it's got the instructions on the inside, and your cure, you mix, your seasoning that you mix, and you can do just this seasoning, or you can add stuff to it. Mix and match, try different things. It's got instructions in here for ground meat, which is what we got going on right now, or whole muscle, where say you cut up a roast and you season a roast. I like to do ground. It's easier to mix up. You can add a lot more things to it. Right now we got hickory going. This is John's hickory. I've kind of split it up into 2 bags because John has made some really high-powered salsa. And I know there's habaneros, and there was some. Well, I don't even want to get this on me. It's so hot. I tried it the other day and cried. But that's some really high-power salsa I'm going to mix with one of these because he wants some hotness on one of his batches. So at any point in time, you can add stuff to it. Don't be afraid to put diced garlic, extra black pepper, diced jalapenos, anything that you want to put in this jerky, you can do it. You can add it to it, but always start with the high mountain base. That's a real big key right there, is that high mountain base. Start there. And pretty soon you'll just have bags of jerky. Can you imagine what this would cost in a store? This is a lot of money worth of jerky just in this little bag. This is John's bag. John, it was a little bit bigger earlier, but I got hungry while I was cleaning my cow, so your bag's a little smaller, but I'm doing more for you, buddy. Here's another trick. Not really a trick, just stuff you can add to it. If you like a sweeter jerky, brown sugar. And, you know, try a little bit, but you'd be surprised. You can put a lot of brown sugar in some jerky, and it's not overpowering at all. And if you like a sweeter jerky, this is really good, especially like with the hickory that John chose. A sweet hickory jerky is really, really good. So that's what I got going on right now. One of the great things about the bags is, say this right here, I can take his, let me get another drink out of my quality Kraft electric cup here. This video is sponsored tonight by Kraft Electric. Thank you Ben and Adam and the Trents and Justin's and all the guys, Amy of course. So this high powered sauce, you can just dump down in there. Seal it back up. Now this was mixed 2 days ago. This jerky was mixed up 2 days ago. But now I can just take this and work this around, work that. You could add, like I said, the brown sugar I could put in right now, extra jalapenos, anything you can add to it at any point in time. It's probably best to do it right when you're making it. That way all the flavors meld together and really have time to get in there and mix into the meat well. But I think that this salsa is so powerful, just that little bit. I'll mix it up a little bit better later, but that little bit, that'll be fine. Here's another trick I just want to show you. I mean, you guys ask me all the time, how you do this, what do you do? These bags and these jerky guns are so time saving. I used to do it all in a ball or a bowl and ball it up and smash it out and make patties and try to roll it out with a pin and cut it with the knife. These jerky guns are awesome. One of the great things about these jerky guns is when I first started filling them, I'd grab a ball and I'd stick my fingers down in there and try to pack everything in there with these bags, or even in a bowl. You take both ends off and you just push that down in there until you got meat going in there. Look, I already got it coming out the other end. So it's completely full already. And you go ahead and just put your tip back on, put it in your gun, and start laying out your jerky real tight. You got your bag right there. Another great thing about a bag, you can just take off any excess like that, and your hands aren't getting all dirty. It's all right there done in the bag. So obviously you can go right in your gun. If I had it set up right, and ready to squirt on there. It's ready to go. Ready to lay lines down. Easy as that. 150 degrees. High mountain cure. Anything you want to add, don't be afraid to try different things out. To your taste, your flavor. Make sure you got a good knife when you're processing your deer. This knife you can get at American Electric. It's a Klein Tools. It's a new item we've got down at American Electric. I think you can pick this up for under $16 for that knife. It's metal all the way through to the back. Serrated on one side, flat on the other. a nice little sheath that comes with it. Plastic on the inside so you don't cut through your nylon. Belt loop. Really, really nice knife for the price. One more thing I want to show you. Not my flashlight. This is American Electric LED flashlight too. Wonderful thing. But a lot of you guys ask me, how do you keep your meat to last so long? I don't remember who taught me this, but it might have been my father-in-law. This is some cattle that I got left. This is a cow I've been working on, and just some scrap pieces I haven't packaged yet. This is what I'm working on. Let's just say this piece right here. If you don't have a fancy machine that sucks all the air out of what you're working on, the first thing you want to start with when you're packaging your whole meat is a piece of aluminum foil. Now, I'm not sure if it matters if it's the shiny or the flat side down, but go ahead and throw your meat on that aluminum foil before you do anything. And when you put this aluminum foil on there, you just roll this sucker up as tight as you can, a little bit. Close those edges over, roll it up a little more, and that just gets all that air off the meat. That's what freezer burns your meat, is having air on there. Then what I like to do on top of this is get some nice freezer paper. The shiny side, I don't know if it matters either. I leave it on the inside. So in case it melts, it's got a little wax barrier. Roll that dude up, fold her over, run you a piece of tape around that right there. So now you've got your two berries. You got your aluminum foil and your freezer paper. And last, you've got your Ziploc bags. If you do it like I do it, I would really like to get one of those vacuum sealers. I think that's probably one of my next purchases, is a vacuum sealer. So once you get this all filled up with all your pieces, you know, roll that sucker up as much as you can, get all the air out of that, finish zipping it, and that dude right there will stay unfreezer burned for a long time. And in fact, John found out this weekend, he didn't believe me, so I went down to the deep freeze and pulled out 2 roasts off of a deer I shot December 4th, 2010. So 6 years ago and half a month, whatever. And we let that thaw out, and we opened it up, and there wasn't a lick of freezer burn on there. In fact, that's what this meat right here, I don't know if you can see it well in this light, but this is mixed up jerky. This is a cracked corn and garlic mixture that Carson mixed up with some brown sugar in it, and that we're gonna smoke here once we're done with all of John's stuff. And like I said, that meat right there, besides some of the meat that Carson brought from one of his teachers, is from 2010. And I've already made some of this, and I've already ate some of this from 2010, and it's just as good as the deer that was shot a couple weekends ago. And one last thing, because of all the sponsorship from the wonderful guys at Kraft Electric, I got your Christmas present right here, guys. I'm gonna make this after I'm done filling these other orders, and it'll be to your shop hopefully before Christmas break. You guys enjoy it, and thank you guys for the business and everything you do at American Electric. Appreciate you, and hopefully you enjoy this as much as I do. Thanks, guys. Guys, this turned out really good. I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying it right now. Just make sure whoever gets it, I'm probably ought to give it to Ben first so you guys don't just eat it all, but make sure everybody gets it. Guys in Salina, John and Jordan and everybody, and wherever Matthew's at, make sure he gets some. And of course, Big Skip Nasty, he's going to need some. And like I said earlier, the Justins and the Trents and Adam and everybody else that gives American Electric so much business. We really appreciate everything you do with us, and It's a small little token, this jerky that I'm making for you, but it takes a lot of work, just like you guys give us a lot of work. I appreciate it and hope you enjoy it and have a Merry Christmas.